Welcome. From this video we will be starting a Git course. And we will be learning about basic understanding of Git and VCS, Git terminologies like head, origin, commit, pull, push and many more. Then we will learn what is the difference between Git and GitHub, along with installation of Git and creation of a GitHub account. We will learn about Git commands, repository cloning, PR creation and resolving merge conflicts. So first let us talk about what is Git. Git is a distributed version control system, or DVCS. Now you might be thinking, what is a VCS? So, let's talk about it. A version control system is a software tool that tracks changes to files and directories over time. Let me make it clear using a diagram. Suppose in your local system, in your PC or laptop, you have a directory. And in that directory, there are multiple folders, like folder 1, 2, and some files, let's say file 1, file 2 and file 3. Now, you want a backup of this data, so you upload it to cloud. In Git, we use the term push, which basically means to upload or sync the data. Now after the sync, all your files and folders will have a copy on the cloud. Now, we also want to maintain history, like at which time the file was uploaded, what changes are done to file, and many things. So, for that, VCS comes in play, and it maintains something called as a version every time something is changed in your cloud. So first it creates an initial version, let's say version 1. It also associates a commit ID with each version, let's say ABC123. We'll talk about this commit ID in later videos. And now this version contains all of your initial files. Now, suppose you make some changes in your file 1. So now when you push your code again, a new version will be created with a different commit ID, and it will only contain the extra changes made after the initial version. Then again let's say you make some changes in file 2 and create a new file, file 4. And when you push the code, again it will create a new version, which will contain the changes on file 2 and the new file, file 4. This process of tracking changes and maintaining different versions for it is done by the VCS, that is, version control system. Now, what else VCS do? It enables multiple people or developers to collaborate on a project while managing different versions of the project's files. It is also known as revision control or source control management. Some examples are Git, Flyway, Perforce. Now, Git is said to be a distributed version control system, so let's talk about what this distributed VCS means. A distributed version control system, or DVCS, is a type of version control system in which each user, working on a project, has a complete and independent copy of the entire repository, including its entire history. So, let's understand this with an example. Suppose developer 1 created the initial code, that is the initial folder and files, and now, developer 2 wants to work on the same code. So, what developer 2 will do is, he will clone all the files from the cloud into his local machine, which means he will be having a copy of all the folders and files created by developer 1. Similarly, let's say developer 3 also wants to work on the same files, so he can also take a clone of the cloud files, and have a copy of the code in his local machine as well. Now DVCS ensures that if any change is pushed by any one of the developers, then it will reflect in the cloud. And whenever another developer makes a pull, which also means to download and sync the code with the cloud, the developer will get all the changes made by another developer. Hence all the developers can work on the same code simultaneously, and changes made by each developer will have its own version. This is known as a distributed version control system. And since Git provides all these functionalities, therefore we say that Git is a distributed version control system. So, we use Git for tracking changes in our source code during software development. Git was created by Linus Torvalds in 2005, the same person who created Linux kernel. That's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.